When I buy food at market, because you don't know who the food I come from, where the food I come from. I know me I buy food in a supermarket. My life done. My life done to that because, you know, it's like, what me I do at this market? What me I do at the supermarket? Man, I'm going to take a plastic bag and all the blood clot something. What me I do? You know, it's that thing. You know, see, when me live off St. James, hey, me originally in Bongo you, man. Him dead. Him reached my 90th year old. Him are the best herbalist. When I say herbalist, I mean ganja, man. I mean, everybody balled uptown in a man to go be got to him. The first time I go to Mumbai, him there on the beach and I let some go. You see them man there, them I talk about no bone this and bone that. If you come in at them canvas thing within a certain thing, man, them run you like. You know some rasta man, if you have a plant in ganja, you go burn it to rotted. Yeah. But you smoke it. Him run you. Because I say after him spend 6 months of planting ganja, you come burn it like a Babylon. Because go Babylon, them know burn herbs. So it's not like you have people where, you know, because you hear them, the only reason why I sound away, you know, is because I expose it to a camera or to the radio. But it's not me one as a Rasta don't wear shoes. What if a Rasta don't wear shoes? But it's just that me is the one who in front of camera, the on stage and all these things. So it come like, the brother had different team and he never had no shoes. I can't go and Mobile show you enough Rasta without wear shoes. That's it. I can't go from Rasta man who still a hold certain height and levity where I still do over dead there. When I say dead there, I mean say, I eat certain things now when I say, but we are dead. Years ago, I wouldn't even touch that. I cook in a certain part now, I say, but here I go, a yaba, I cook in a clear pot and all them something there. You see, the monks Rasta whenever used to smoke ganja. I know me want to smoke ganja. Yeah, but I just want to smoke ganja still with a Rasta, but when I come, I know me want to smoke ganja. The whole of the Rasta level me, the monks never smoke ganja. And you can't go smoke ganja amongst them. Because them go cook it, eat it, and then when we don't eat it, we'll sit down like, yes, man, Rastafari, that was just all right. Yeah, man. That day they done. If you eat it, if you eat it in the morning, you know, it's better you don't have no feel for go chop out, you know. Better you don't have no work for go do because when you don't cook up that, it's onion and skin like callaloo. When you cook it up in skin and onion and put on your rice and peas and stuff there. When you don't eat it, by you know. Yes, Rasta. No, yeah, man. I don't know. I never experienced where I come from. Me I interview profile, you know.
Yeah.
And me and profile spar for years, you know.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah, from one hill to the next hill.
Yeah.
That him eventually come build a house near me.
Yeah.
In a man take away. But him used to the Awoche.
Yeah.
And I up there, so we used to boil the whole heap of coconut oil.
That's how I know about the coconut oil and everything.
Yes. That the man, we no long pants and no have nothing for them and barefoot and chat through Babylon certain way. Rough. You know, see, we don't have nothing but no Bible and, you know, Jesus and everything other people call them no different name. And, you know, 12 tribe and, you know, Bobo and them. You know, them something there. I just push and I had the daughter them too.
Because he told me everybody, I guess, used to assist with everyone plot on different days to help with the farming.
Yeah, man.
He told me that vibe,
Yeah, man. And we had knit while the daughter them a cook and all them there. You know, see, because the knitting is the thing we bring in the money. You know, them kind of way there. So we knit them and go sell them. So it's a liberty, man. It's a liberty. You know, see, it's a liberty, brethren. I tried with plant sucker from St. Thomas go clear a man take a be from bus. Because you have a next set of brethren who used to live over St. Thomas there. We up on top of one hill. We never used to go to market. You buy food at market, because you don't know who the food a come from, where the food a come from. I know me I buy food in a supermarket. My life done. My life done to that class because, you know, it's like, what me I do at this market? What me I do at the supermarket? Man, wrap up me taking a plastic bag and all them blood clot something. What me I do? You know, it's that thing. You know, see. We want to talk about fast food and how it affect black people right now. You know, there was a time when I used to go to America, go tour enough, and you see some ladies on the road, them, you know, you say, wow, they look nice, you know, them here, there? Yes, all right. You know, say, I've recently go to America and I look on the woman, them, you know. And I say, wait, how them woman is so fat, Rasta? I mean, when I say fat, you know, I mean like, them look like a pyramid. And I say, oh, and you look on the white woman, them, and them don't look so, you know. And most of the black woman, them, say that way there. No, I say, you know, say the fast food, at the fast food where them a go up long, you know. And I look on Jamaican woman and I say, well, Jamaican woman still look good, you know, but I've recently I say, no, Rasta, Jamaican woman gone the same way now. And I realize it's the same thing in Jamaica. The fast food. The fast food is causing us to lose perspective of ourselves. The fast food places like Kentucky and Burger King turn over more business than all of the other Kentucky them in the world, especially the one in Montego Bay. The one in Montego Bay is, man, when you pass a Montego Bay, all in the rain, people stand up. When you pass certain fast food place now, the drive-in line, you wonder is where going down the road if it's an accident or something. When you look at that line and going at the fast food restaurant them. And them are advertised in such a way that it's very difficult for these young people now recognize that it do something to them body that them now recognize right now, but later down the line. So you will tell them, say, no, them things are not good for you. And them say, no, sir. Because most of them now cook again. Them not cooking. All them do is call and say, hey, when you come home, bring such and such, some chicken leg and some this and that for me. And them not cook. Most of them women, I don't say woman, most of them young people, the millennials, them not cooking at them yard. When at lunchtime, them gone at Burger King. When at dinner time, them gone at Kentucky. And look for how them stay now. Just look on the road and see the normal Jamaican woman where I walk up and down the road now. Every day when you see them, I walk up and down. And look on them shape. Look on them shape. Some of them in some denim panty I walk on the road. That's all I can call it, denim panty, because it itch up underneath them every minute them have to dry it out of them crutches. And them wear there. I mean I say, then them not see how them stay, Rasta. Them not see how them stay. And when them done all of that, I say, why I have to go lose some weight? And them not doing nothing to lose the weight. Because them could have exercised a little more and still go to the fast food restaurant. Them going to stay same way. Them not going to look different. And you can't tell them about eating good food. Them say, what you talk about eating? I have to have my chicken and my leg and this and that with whole heap of oil and preservative and all them something day night. It's crazy. It's crazy that black people start to reach a say there. Because we never used to see so much fat people about the place. We never used to see so much fat people about the place, Rasta. Especially the female them. And now, from America to Jamaica to anywhere you say, black people there right now, them dress up in this false eyelash, false ear, false fingernail, and then them just look a weird Rasta. But you can't talk too long about it. Because man will say, well, left the woman them alone. Yeah, left the woman them alone and then them don't have no man. It's just that. We want them. Look where you eat. Because where you eat have a direct relationship to how you look physically and how you think mentally. It's just simple. It's just that you say, boy, you can't afford this and you can't afford that. You can afford it because you afford to go buy Chinese ear and fingernail and all them stuff. You can afford it. but that is not concerning you until later down the line.
Mutabaruka!
Yes, sir.
It's good to have you
I'm
here.
supposed to run on stage.
You're supposed to skate. Welcome to our show. Welcome
Yeah,
to
man,
Ghana.
big time, big
How
time.
many times now have you visited the
I've been
motherland?
coming here from, well, not the motherland, Ghana. I've been to Africa a lot of time, but Ghana. I've been coming here from Panafest 1992.
92.
Yeah, and I've been coming, last year I wasn't here, but I've been coming consistently, you know.
Muta, how do you write such a poem, this poem, with so many subject matters, and yet a lackadaisical feel? Like, this poem shall be called stupid.
Yes.
But yet still, this poem is written from the Bible and the files of the CIA. And what's...
Well, it's a collage of, it's like a collage of different things that you have in your mind. And you know people have in their mind, so you keep saying it and you don't know what else to say. You know, but you're saying things that you know people's thinking, saying, and then you just don't know how to end the poem. And you say, well, maybe it will end in their mind or in my mind. So you just continue because there's there are other things that you could say in the poem, but you don't want to do it, or else we'll be still writing it from that time until now. You know.
The first poem that catapulted you to, international glory is called
White Man Country.
That was such a poem that spoke to many black people who lived abroad,
especially in Europe.
Why did you especially write that poem?
All right, there's a Virgin named Linton Kwesi Johnson. He's the next poet. He's a Jamaican from England, but he grew up in England, and he said a poem. He wrote a poem named England is a Bitch.
England.
And I listened to that poem and I said, well, if England is a bitch, it's not good to stay there. So that's the poem, it's not good to stay in a white man country too long, with all the different trappings that Europe has to offer. We realize it's better to stay home. You know, sometimes it's better to you suffer in your own country than go to the next man's country and suffer.
So you better stay in your own country.
Yeah.
You have never lived abroad, true?
No, I live in Jamaica. I just tour and
Jamaica.
travel, but I've never lived anywhere else but Jamaica. Okay. If I leave Jamaica, I'm coming here.
You're coming down to Africa.
Yes, definitely.
Your name Mutabaruka means the one who is always victorious.
Yes, it's from Rwanda.
The Rwandan language called Kinyarwanda.
Yes.
How did you get that name?
Well, I was reading a poem at school by a poet named Jean-Baptiste Mutabaruka. I actually didn't know where he come from until I opened the back of the book. I was reading the poem and it sounded exactly like a poem I wrote. So I said, well, as a youth coming up, you don't want a European name. So we chose Mutabaruka. And years after, I was in Paris. And some students from Rwanda thought I was from Rwanda when they hear the name.
Because of the name Mutabaruka?
Yeah, because they know it's a Rwandan name, a very famous Rwandan name. So they asked me, I said, no, I'm from Jamaica, but I like the poet John Baptiste. So they started to tell me about John Baptiste. And then they tell me that the name means one who is always victorious.
One who is always victorious. Pretty powerful
so
name.
I think that was a good choice.
Are you initially trained as an electrical engineer?
Yeah, I used to do electronics at school.
Worked for Jamaican telephone company.
Yes.
So why did you move straight to poetry?
Because I never moved straight to poetry because I used to write the poems when I was in, but the regimental 9 to 5 is not my thing. I don't know who created that thing that you get up every morning, you go to work 9, and you go back home and you keep regurgitating and doing the same thing. That is not my thing.
Do you make a good living from being a poet?
Of course.
A lot of money?
Well, a lot of money, more money than maybe you make. But yeah, I mean, most of the things that I have right now is because of my touring and because of my mouth.
The first time you went on tour was with Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah, we toured Jimmy Cliff in Cuba.
How was that? Young Mutabaruka on the tour.
Yeah, first time I left Jamaica.
Oh, that was the first time you left your country?
Yeah, that's the first time, 1982.
1982.
First time I leave Jamaica, I go to Cuba, perform, Jimmy Cliff, band. It was wonderful.
It was wonderful,
yeah.
You studied or you read books on Malcolm X?
Yeah, different Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, but Malcolm X is the one that started me out to rethink my situation as an African person, as a black person, you know. So that profoundly influenced, even now, how we see things, you know, because we know this Malcolm X was a prisoner, was a street youth, get caught, go in a prison, and then rethink him whole concepts and ideas and come out as being one of the greatest African heroes.
Did you meet Bob Marley?
Yeah, man. Everybody meet Bob Marley. Like Jamaica.
Everybody meet Bob Marley in Jamaica?
I mean, Bob Marley, most of the artists, Jamaica is a small place, you know.
Okay.
Jamaica is like 52 miles wide. So think about that. 52 miles.
And drive around the whole country?
Yeah, you can drive out the whole country in less than 3 hours. Bob Marley is a brethren, you know, a normal brethren, you know. I mean, he is the greatest known artist in Jamaica, but most youth at that time, or most people in my time, would have come some link with Bob Marley.
Was he just in the neighborhood, just like every other person?
Yeah, man. You go in them shop, you could have seen them behind the counter and sell record. In them days, them just turn up in there and sell record and sit up on a car and smoke herbs. It's just a normal youth, you know. Like most artists.
That's how you all live in Jamaica?
Well, not so we all live, because, you know, it's not like I know him and we talk every day and thing.
Yeah,
but as I say, as a Jamaican,
always seen him.
you go and shop, you know, as a matter of fact, is one of his sons, the mother used to live with me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Kimani Marley.
Oh, Kimani Marley.
Yeah.
His mother used to live with you?
Yes, the mother used to live in the house. And that is where him snatch her. And Kimani.
That's why you snatched her?
No, him snatch her.
Oh, okay.
Him snatch her.
Okay, I mean, don't mind me. I'm trying to understand the pattern, that's why.
Okay, well, what I'm saying to you that she was, a lot of us was living in the house.
Okay.
And his eye took to that lady. And that's how he got connected with her.
Oh, okay.
And then he brought, Kimani Marley was the product of that relationship. Yeah.
You spoke about the difference between education and indoctrination in the year 2000 at the Stanford University.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what your perspectives are with regards to education and indoctrination.
Well, education is what you acquire through knowledge. When the teacher reminds you of things that you have inside of you, you get educated through knowledge. Indoctrination is what they want you to believe. So what they tell you is used to manipulate your actions and your thoughts and your behavior. You know, at this moment in time, education and knowledge is very near. It's a thin line between knowledge and education, because knowledge, I mean, between education and indoctrination, because what we are learning now in school is still coming from the people who want to control us. So education is almost like indoctrination now. You know, a lot of the things that we eat, or what we say, what we wear, what we visualize, all of our perceptions of life, you know, God, you know, the devil, everything is an indoctrination.
In 2010, you also wrote a poem about Lucky Dube. Did you have a relationship with him?
I was standing in an audience about 10,000 people.
Okay.
You know, somebody just said, let us go down there. Lucky Dube playing down there. I will go down there. I was standing in the audience and I hear this virgin start to call my name. And he was saying, Mutabaruka is a Rasta man. He don't smoke herbs. And I said, wow.
He didn't know you were there?
No, I never knew I was there.
He was just talking about you?
Yeah, he was just talking about me. And after that, we started to know each other. You know, him come to Jamaica and we go to Africa. So when I heard that he died, they hijacked him car and kill him. I feel
really
sad. So I wrote this poem named Lucky.
Lucky.
You know, because I used to say, Africa, we're all slaves until Africa is free. His band was called Slave. And people used to ask him, why is it they call your band Slave? Him say, we're all slaves until Africa is free. I'm saying, reggae strong.
Why do you think he was fascinated about the fact that you did not smoke weed?
Because I guess there's a stereotype that if you're a Rasta, you smoke. In Jamaica, we know different. It's like how you think about Bob Marley. You know, in Jamaica, a lot of Rastas don't smoke herbs, but you don't hear that because most Rastas smoke herbs. And that is that stigma that is on Rasta. But Rasta don't care about that because now they start to realize that ganja is not the evil that they thought it was. You know, it has medicinal properties and things. And so people is not as scared of it again, especially like America. A lot of places in America, you know, but you find like people, like in Africa, they still hold on that negative thing. So when you see a Rasta, you say ganja tree. You know, I am not a ganja tree. You know, I'm a Rasta man.
But it's fascinating to me too that.
Yeah, well, I know so it will
Rasta
fascinate.
man.
Yeah, it will fascinate the most African because this is the last place that certain knowledge come.
Yeah.
You see, the knowledge is open to the rest of the world. Europeans know of this, Americans know of it, Chinese know of it. You know, in Israel right now, the most advanced investigation into marijuana is done in Israel. But that is closed from Africans. But eventually they will catch up. But so far, we will always be persecuted, especially the Rastas. We will be always persecuted for something that is less harmful than cigarette. Cigarette is legal. The drugs that kill, the drugs that are legal kill more people than the drugs that are illegal.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. Let's talk about the Africa Culture and Wellness Festival.
Yes, and that's what I'm here for.
Have you written a new piece for?
No, we don't write piece for occasions, you know. It's not that, you know. I mean, if you want to commission me to write a poem, I will.
I will be.
And you pay me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't write poems.
Even though you're richer than I am, I'll still like to pay you.
Well, rich people get paid. That's why they are rich. That's why they're rich. But what happens is that I don't write poems that way. It's not something that, you know, I'm sitting down and watching the TV. I might hear somebody say something and it comes to me, but I get it in my mind. Sometimes I have a poem in my head for like months without actually penning it. You know, but I don't say, why so I'm going to Africa and write a poem. Because most of my poems is relevant already to situations, you know.
What happens when you take a pen and a paper and you say, I'm going to write this poem? What is running through your mind at that particular time?
Like, for instance, this poem?
Yeah, for instance, this
All right, because you're anxious for bring out so many different topics.
Okay.
If you notice in this poem, if you cut the poem, you see there's so much things going through the poem. You know, Playboy magazine, New York Times, the Bible, the struggle in Africa, you know, slavery.
Nkrumah.
Yeah, so you're trying to get at the thoughts about all these things. And should I write a poem about Nkrumah? Should I write a poem about Haile Selassie? Should I write a poem about... You said, no, it's too long. It went, you know, so you just write one poem. Together. You just put a collage of things together and just say yes. And it turned out quite well, you know. This poem, I bought a house out of it.
So what's your favorite Ghanaian artist?
Wow. You know, I know him, you know, but I think he's a whole artist, so I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. But my favorite artist in Africa, totally, is Salif Keita.
Salif Keita.
And with new fella, from Nigeria, because we perform with fella. But I would go back.
Have you heard Rocky Daouni?
The virgin there. Yeah, I know him still.
Have you heard Shatawale?
No, I don't remember, but I know that one. Yeah, oh yeah, unpopular now. Unpopular now.
Unpopular now.
Unpopular now. Yeah,
and Sarkodie.
No, I don't know the names. I play
just,
the music.
You just listen to the music. The reggae.
No, I don't listen to reggae. No.
Samini.
Salif Keita is not a reggae artist. And Fela Kuti is not a reggae artist. Yeah. But these youth know what they call Afrobeat. You know, the brethren do reggae, do I really, that you just mentioned. He's very popular.
Samini, Stone Boy.
Yes, Stone Boy, dancehall vibes.
Yeah.
You know, that Afrobeat dancehall is like a collide.
You guys love his music in Jamaica?
Yeah, well, see, I don't say no, a lot of people play, but they don't know the name of the person.
Okay.
Yeah, just recently now we start to know it's a Stone Boy, like everybody, kind of, not everybody, but you know, people who Afrobeat, because the Afrobeat is what's happening now.
Afrobeat, yes.
Yeah, that's what's happening now, yeah. And I like the sister that just played, that died.
Yeah.
That little girl,
You've listened to her.
I've heard her before, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, we love to do these things because it expose a certain thinking. Just as we talk about herbs and you get shocked because you hear that we don't smoke ganja. You know, I don't think a lot of people in Ghana would know that you have Rastas who don't smoke. You know, so we come to break that stereotype because not smoking ganja make you be a Rasta. But smoking herbs is part of the culture of Rasta because everyone have a culture. You know, Roman Catholics burn incense.
Yeah.
You know, smoke up the whole place. You know, Rastas smoke ganja. You know, it's just simple. It's not something bad, like smoking cigarette. Cigarette cause more cancer than anything else, but it's legal. Alcohol cause more drunken youth to drive and crash and behave like them is idiot. You know, the best reggae songs that you learn and listen to was written by people who were smoking ganja at the time. The best Bob Marley song was written on a big
By people
spliff.
smoking ganja.
Eh?
Were done by people smoking ganja.
Yeah, a big spliff too. And I want to love Bob Marley.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Mutabaruka. Thank you, and hope you have a good time here
Yeah, man.
in Accra. Oh my God, that was really amazing. I just spoke to Mutabaruka. But up next,
Chatting with Mutabaruka. When I say the name Alan Hope, only a select few people would have any sort of idea to whom I speak. If I say Mutabaruka, then visions of Sankofa, or we hear a saw with the cutting edge, or we hear some sort of dub poetry. Mutabaruka, welcome to
Yeah,
Eli
man, give thanks.
Unplugged.
Give thanks.
What's your greatest memory of school?
But I never like it. I never like school. That's the greatest memory. I really do want to leave. It's 4 years I spent there. I really want to leave. Trust me, I couldn't take the whole heap of classwork and detention.
So you got detention?
A while.
Why?
I never used to do the homework. I never have no time for the work. I have to go and marathon and party or them something. I never really have no time to do it. So I get detention because the teacher, him usually deliberately give me a whole heap of maths. Because I know, say, well, really, we have to go out and them something. And I can't done 100 maths thing by now and the next Monday. So we come and never do more sight and him tell you to sit down and do it in a detention room after class.
So schoolwork was not your priority whilst going to school?
What was my priority now? Some very interesting teachers who did it, like Marcus Garvey Jr. and Loxley Comrie. Them man, they make me stay there most interesting because they show me black power. And that is what we did into as school youth. We was really interested in the movement of black people and the consciousness. So Malcolm X, Stokely Carmichael, Rap Brown, all of these people have. So we used to get these books, even though them was banned. These teachers used to have them. And that is really what was very interesting in that school to me.
And this was in which year?
I think in 68 I go there. Leave from Wesley School and go there. So anytime them have meeting, as youth, we usually go there for hear a different perspective, a different view. But my interest was really reading. And the book that really turned me was the autobiography of Malcolm X. In a school, even though it was banned, because we used to take out the cover of them and put some love novel cover upon them that people don't know what we are read. The autobiography of Malcolm X actually changed my perspective. How I view self,
How so?
Because here's a man who was really terrible out the road. I mean, like terrible. They used to call him Reds, because they're really red. And him go to prison and start to read and became one of the greatest black advocate and nationalists the world has ever known. He is like an international hero to most people who talk about black redemption and black liberation. And that really struck me that, all right, so you can do something. You don't care which part of the day, you can be something, even in prison, and when him come out, him show himself as one of the greatest heroes.
So Malcolm X for you at that time was more important than Marcus Garvey?
No, what happened was that is Marcus Garvey lead me to these things. Because Marcus Garvey Jr., which is the eldest son of Marcus Garvey, he used to have an organization. I would join the organization.
The name of it?
The NU, I think is African Nationalist Union, something like that. And we used to go to Amy Jakes Garvey house, which is Marcus Garvey's wife, at 12 Mona Road. And that also helped to solidify certain consciousness in a way. You know that we could have really sit down with Amy Jakes Garvey, sometimes have some serious heated argument with her, and have some other ones, people, a whole heap of man there like Ben Broody, who was the press association president one time, Julian Jingles, a whole heap of man, but Loxley Comrie is the one who introduced me to Malcolm X. an album named Message to the Grassroots. You know, when we listen to it in my office, I used to play it, I was sit down in my office. I mean, we're supposed to do schoolwork. In my office, in the office, I tell us, listen to this. And that helped for shape Mutabaruka.
Were you also having these conversations at home with your parents?
No, sir. My parents, I used to live with my mother. My mother was about, because me and I used to live, my mother was about how she would get through the next day. You know, and then she leave and go to America, go do domestic work. You know, so my mother wasn't about black power. My mother was about reading and watching movies about European mythology movies, you know, Queen Elizabeth I, you know, Hercules, all of these, you know, Rome, fall of the Roman Empire, all of these things, I see my mother watch. And she talked to me about it. Because she never think very much of the European history and European culture, because she started to read it and understand it clearly. So that helped me also. So that when we move into the African perspective now, I start to look and say, if you want to understand Africa, you have to really understand Europe too. And that now helps me start to go back and make up now and remember the things that my mother used to say, and also the movies where she used to carry me. Because she used to carry me to a movie every Monday night.
Where?
Palace Theatre, along Victoria Avenue. You know, it's the only road in Jamaica we have 4 different names. It starts at East Queen Street and end up in Rockford. You have Winward Road, Victoria, and East Queen Street. Well, you have the theatre, Palace, right at the corner of South Camp Road. And then you have Gaiety. Gaiety was in opposite Central Police Station. And then you have Rialto, which was the opposite Bellevue. So them 3 theatres there was theatres where my mother used to carry me go. And then when I used to live with my granny now, we go to Ambassador Theatre and
Where's your grandmother?
My grandmother used to live at Jonestown.
So you were born in Raytown?
Yeah, we were born in Raytown, but between Raytown, anyway my mother moved me there, plus Jonestown. Because when my granny did there was was a fair place. So she used to sell a market, and we used to love going up on weekend because she go to market between Friday and Saturday night. And we stayed at the market until she ready to leave. Sunday morning she leave. We go to church.
And you go to church?
Baptist church. Yeah, my granny used to go Baptist church.
And
my mother used to go Roman Catholic church. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that time I 8-year-old, 9-year-old, you know, we have to go.
This is eLive Unplugged. We take our very first break. On the other side, we get more details about church from Mutabaruka. Now, Muta, you were speaking about going to church at an early age. What you thought of church at that time?
I never think of it, you know. It was just something to do as a youth. I never think about it. It was something to do as a youth. You know, my mother said me go to church. What me never like is that she tell me, say, I can't eat breakfast until I go to church. Because I have to take communion and all them something. You can't take communion. You have to have the blood of Jesus and the flesh of Jesus in you before you put any other thing in you. So that, I never understand them things at the time. You know. It's now that I reflect on it, I say how kind of weird it was, you know. That my mother really never used to go to church, but she sent me go. You know, as I said before, for the next program. My mother never used to take wash out, and she had like, give me wash out and I go back to school. I never used to take wash out yet. You know, so we grew up that way there.
Maybe she took it as a child.
No, yeah, but me never see her take it yet. Me never see her take it yet, and she give me it, and she give me the food and make me get clogged up. You know, and she give me it. So you have between Roman Catholic Church with my mother and Baptist Church in Jonestown, that is the 2 churches them where me used to go. But as I say, it never made no difference to me as a youth. It never really made no difference.
And at the time you used to wear shoes?
I mean, I wear shoes long. I'm a big man, I wear shoes, man.
Okay. So, didn't have any kind of growing up experience with your father?
No. My father dead when I was 8-year-old.
What killed him?
I don't know what they must say, a pneumonia or something like that. You know, old people say, why be it at night, late at night? I mean, I say, but be it over 7, be it late at night, you know. And it's pneumonia them say kill him. Pneumonia. But he was a slick virgin, you know.
You remember him?
Yeah, I remember him used to come at my granny yard, which is his mother, and him come check my mother. And them used to call him Churchill, because him dressed up in a pinstripe suit, and, you know, them shoes we have, you know, white and black, and you use white name, the whitening and do the white part and black do the black part, and then you have these felt hat and dress. Them call him Churchill. And you know, when you look at Churchill, you say, oh, Churchill dress. So I say I'm usually dressed. But me never really, I don't remember no conversation with my father.
You used to get plenty beaten?
My mother used to beat me. I don't know if it's plenty, because when you're youth, you don't know if it's plenty or not. You just get beaten. I remember one time my mother chased me down at the yard, man, that tenement yard we live in that too. I don't remember as well, but you can just imagine, because them time my mother young, I can just imagine me a run from my mother run through the yard, and she catch me and beat me. But me always usually tell her friend, say, well, you know, say, I'm sorry when I beat him. You know, it's like after she done beat me, she's sorry. You know, I guess most mother feel that way, they depend on the level of awareness. When we used to get locked out, when we used to get locked out is that I go party with my friend them and come home and knock on her door and she say, go back over here and sleep. And I end up asleep in some park, at a Machado Sport Club down South Camp Road. I end up asleep on the seat them down there. And I remember one time I go a Christmas market, New Year's Eve, I decide to go walk go downtown. I tell live at Kingston Garden, and I go walk go downtown. And me not check no time or nothing, and me I say, and you know, I realize at the time kind of weird. No, me nobody go home. I'm just sleeping at somebody's stall. Sleeping at somebody's stall. I don't think I know say she not go home the door. But it never come like a weird thing to me. It's just something. I say, boy, I'm going to stand the consequence because I left the party. Them what party now swing. I left the party, so otherwise, you know, I prepare get locked out, you know. But she do it it's a regular thing with me get locked out, regular thing.
Is your mother still alive?
No, my mother dead. You know, she dead about 3 or 4 years. I think it's 3 years ago she passed away, you know, at 80 years old, you know, and that was something else. That was something else because for years I just me and my mother, you know, we never, the same room with my mother is one room. From me I grew up, me and my mother living in one room until she get married to our next brethren. I'm going to say a brethren, Jacob, you know, we say she move in a 2 room. But when me and her did I live, everywhere me go, I just 1 room we live in her. So me I sleep on the bed said way with she, and she beat me, she give me things. I mean, know that she love me even though she never said she love me yet. It's one of them things where it's a unspoken love. You just know that she love you. But
how?
Yeah?
How?
Just by the things that she do. As a mother, you know, she will fight. My mother will fight. We go down to school and go fight even she hears anybody trouble me and them something. One time she and her mother go for fight too. Because her mother come down at the school and a ball about her daughter this and her daughter. And my mother yes, so she come down there and she never talk to her mother again. Because her mother come down at my school, Wesley School, down at Rosemary Lane there and Tower Street. You know, but I love my mother. You know, I love my mother because I see now that I look on it, I see say is a woman where stand up with her son and go through, and then she have 2 other children with my stepfather, and she shape them, seriously shape them, and now they make something of themselves, and me there. So even though she never like how me side Rasta and them thing, me used to have to hide and go to Rasta meeting. You know, when she hears say me get mad and all them things, because me walk up and down barefoot and thing, she fly come back down here. Because people tell her how her son get mad down at Jamaica.
She was in America at the time.
Yeah, she had do domestic work. And I think it's why my cousin start the whole heap of Alabalu. My cousin never see me for years. And she see me down Harvard Street at work. And she call me Rai. The side of my father's side call me Rai and my mother's side call me Alan.
Why? Rai is your middle name?
Because Rai is my middle name. And when she look, me say, she named Darrell, and I say, Darrell? And she say, oh, this Rai? I say, yes. Oh, gosh, I also go say, Rai. A pure nice man, Lord God, Jesus Christ, look for Rai, get mad. What you do? And somehow she go tell my mother, because she come from New York, and she tell my mother, and it was something else, because whole heap of people didn't really feel say me I get mad. Whole heap of my friend and my brethren, them feel say I get mad through where I walk up and down, Rasta, barefoot, dreadlocks, you know, and I talk about like Selassie and all them something. Them never like that, you know. And say for that my mother tell me go to school, go do.
So you graduated from KT?
I don't know if you want to call it. Yes, I graduation, yes. Yeah.
And did you
I go work.
Yes. Where?
Well, we start out a little electronic place on Retirement Road. And we go to one place go work one time, I don't know, something get shot in the place, because we had electrical work, and something get shot at the place, and the man called me and I cuss and I tell no bad Lord. So I just walk out. My mother begs, because my mother said, I must learn to suck salt through wooden spoon. Them too long time, they couldn't take it. And but then I write my poem them in our room, and she did that, I must turn off her light, I think the poem can play light bill. And them see up there. So I go on till I get to work at telephone company. That time, don't half a tree or so. Them did have the exchange there. So, and then them used to send me out at different places during the exchange. I end up at Ocherios. Them did have an exchange at Ocherios. I end up at Ocherios. I used to take bus every morning, pay $1.50 to go to Ochi and $1.50 come back. And then I realized that I can't bother, you know. So I find a bridging up in a Shaw Park where they live in a little kind of bamboo hut and thing with a nice waterfall, which is really the waterfall that strike me. That time I just relax now. You know, sometimes you sit down and you just relax, you have to disappear.
So you were locking your hair whilst you were employed to telephone company?
Yeah, but I did have to leave. Because now I realize that the 9 to 5 thing never hold me. Just like
so that
school.
Was allowed for you to be locking your hair?
No, them not see that, man. Them not see that, you know. Them not see that. Watch, it's like your ear if you that twist up your ear, dog. Yeah, that's it will look like it a lot, that's all. But the thing about it, that time I get $25 a week, you know. When I use a telephone come, that $25 a week I used to get, you know. I used to pay $1.50 for go down and watch and $1.50 come up. But I realized that time I pay about $100 a month for the house I live in. A big house, you know.
Certainly another exciting episode with Mutabaruka on eLive Unplugged. We take our final break. The Mutabaruka edition, we're getting up close and personal with the stepping razor. So tell me about writing poetry. When did you start doing that?
The poetry started at school. The poetry started in a Kingston Technical when a teacher named Miss Pusey, never forget her, an English teacher. She gave me an assignment to write a poem in a class. And I write a poem, birds are lovely things to see, just to see them flying free, birds with many colors. It's wonderful to see them flying for hours and and then she tell me to stand up in the class and say it, and I say it, and she give me a tick. And I feel good because, wow, I write poetry and get a tick. So that kind of say, wow, this thing I can work out a certain way. So when we start to adapt this black power idea, black power thinking now, the poem them shape into black movement, black consciousness and things. So the next poem I write about Chinese, I say China man go away now, pick up out today. You know, I don't know if you didn't know say pick up out, what pick up out is. Maybe you're too young for hear about pick up out, but pick up out is like a gambling thing what the China man them used to have. And you buy a number and you get them play that. Just like when you see it on TV, them play drunk rod, them play dead dog and they take a bite. You know, them way there. So I look out against it because I realize a few black people so don't really buy this thing and I waste them time about it. So that was the second poem I write. And then we start to write poems them now and then I want to get some exposure, so I keep sending it to different places. I send it to a Gleaner, I send it to a Star, nobody now print them. So I send them go to this brethren named Johnny Golden. They have a golden printer down on his street. And them publish one of the poem them. And when them publish the poem now, it was so accepted that them asked if I could have put a poem in there every week, every month, because it was a monthly magazine. It's like the Ebony of Jamaica, you know, entertainment, fashion, and all them things there. So I start put the poem them in there, and a little after I say, here I'm going to compile the poem them and give him and put it in a book. And the first book named Outcry, with all of the poems them that I used to give him for putting in the magazine. And then now, after I do the Outcry.
And whilst Outcry was being published, you were still selling Ital food?
Yeah, and I did also now, I go to these, as I tell you about, I go to these little meetings, Black Power meetings, leftist meetings, and they make you read the poem, and so we stand up and read the poem them, and we read them in there. So that is how we used to first read the poem them until we get this exposure now, to put it in our book. So when we put it in the book now, it lends itself to a wider vibes. People say, because the first little poetry book of that kind that we publish in them time there. And then now, I read a poem, then they have a place named Zinc Fence, where Third World used to have on Dumfries Road. And we used to have functions in there, stage show, party and everything there. And I used to read things in there. And Martimo Plano Elder Mortimer Planner who passed away. I mean, do this sound, this poem name every time I hear the sound.
Yeah.
You know, every time I hear the sound. And him recommend that to China them. China was the leader for Jimmy Cliff band. And Jimmy Cliff did keep a big concert up at Summerton. And so them invite me up there to do the poem. And I tell you, thousands of people up there and come out, and every time I hear the sound, and that was it. That was Mutabaruka now, the reggae artist start now, because it was so overwhelming that I end up at Cuba with Jimmy Cliff, and I end up on Sunsplash. First time I go up on Sunsplash now. That time I remember I get $2,000. And I have to pay each man $400 for work. And 10% of the $2,000 to the daughter who did negotiate the $2,000 for me. So she did Malika Lee with me. So we get 4 musicians at $800. 416. $1,600 I get a musician them. And she get $200. So me get end up with $200. I never mind it, you know, because that propelled me to do my first tour. The first Sunsplash me do. A woman in the audience where she'd go to a big festival in a UCLA.
In California.
You name the artists them. Dennis Brown, Third World, you name them, everybody there on it now. So me was like the only person nobody never see it on it. And a brother named Rasmo. Him influence time, he say yes. When I go up on the UCLA show, that was the beginning of reggae Rasta.
And that was the first time you were traveling?
No, the first time I traveled was with Jimmy Cliff for go Cuba.
So already you had been a technician, you'd been a chef.
I was a poet too, in a school, yeah.
I know you're a reggae act.
Yes, it was yeah.
Tell me about
enough
Rasta.
things like that, don't it?
Absolutely.
No, but that time was Rasta, you know.
Tell me about Rasta.
Well, we start Rasta from, all right, in the Black Power days. In the Black Power days, you have a group of youth in the school, in the Kingston Technical School. We used to sit in, along at the back. Some of the man them smoke ganja or sit along in the school and we attack. And
some of the man them, so you never smoke ganja?
No, I never smoke ganja yet, you know.
Yet?
But never, ever. I don't even know if I roll a spliff. People don't believe that when they look at me, I say, Muta lie, you look at them eye. That's it, but, all right. What happened is that...
How come?
How come what?
You've never...
You know what, I'm going to tell you the history about that.
Yes, but I want to know how come you've never smoked.
I don't know, I just feel that... That don't mean I never use it yet, you know. I just never smoke it yet.
So you use it to drink?
Yeah, man. I it like vegetable, man. We used to cook it up like vegetable. You know, especially the green herbs. We have cook kalalo and rice and peas, man. You have fried with some... Until we don't eat that, man, we just sit down at the hillside and it's easy like Sunday, man. You know what I do not like it one day, but... Yeah. And some youth now, the giant 12 tribe, what time was the 12 tribe? It was Ethiopian World Federation.
Yes.
And we start to talk and look on Bible, this and Bible that. So I end up I go to the meeting around at Davis Lane in a trench town. So we see all these Rasta with red, gold and green and it just look nice to me and pretty and I have search now. So we start to read the Bible. And we start with the Bible because God, who was the man, he used to name Vernon Carrington because it wasn't 12 tribe at the time. He have this thing, read the Bible from Genesis 1 to Revelation 2, 1 chapter a day. Rebellious as me is now, me just nobody read it 1 chapter because I'm anxious to read after the whole life. So me just read it like an ordinary thing, but me never skip out nothing. Me read it from Genesis to Revelation 2 times. And so now me start to get cemented into the idea of 12 tribe. But the Jesus thing I couldn't work out. When me hear them talk about Haile Selassie Jesus Christ, you know what I say, no, that not gonna work out because me I look still like Jesus. No, it's not a black thing. Because me I come from that black power era and me I say, no, we're not the black white Jesus thing. Even though them I say Haile Selassie, and me I say, no, it's not gonna work out for me.
Why not?
Why what?
Why it wouldn't work out? Because
me not deal with a white Jesus, me not go pray to no white Jesus. Me not go have an image of white Jesus in my head because the black power man, no Marcus Garvey talk about the image of God. If say if the white man see God through a white spectacle, let him do it. If the Chinese want to see God through Chinese spectacle, let him do it. But we, though late it might be, must see God through our own spectacle, through the eyes of Ethiopia. That in the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey. So when we know all of them things, we couldn't really come to grips with this image and then transport it to this man. So we just say Haile Selassie is separate. It's not until we go to a bingy, me I realize, oh, you can't separate it. By separating, you just get rid of one image and just deal with the image of Haile Selassie and the consciousness where you derive from saying Haile Selassie.
Mutabaruka, congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award. Is what you're getting it for. All of the things together.
You know, say I get a OD CD the other day for what I'm called journalism and artistic expression.
Yes.
This one, the amount of interview I do, I feel I get it for the whole of my life. It's really, I've gotten other life achievement award, but this one special to me because it's my peers them where from years now every Wednesday and Thursday I see them. So for them sit down in a group now and say, you know, say I'm Mutabaruka, we'll get this thing, and all of them decide say yes. You know, and then them go to my wife and because she's part of the whole process of saying yes, and them conspire against me to do the whole thing without my listening authority and all these things. And yes, it's appreciated. It's appreciated. I will give thanks. We give thanks for Cabo, for our relentless move to have a person like me on the radio for 27 years. This month make 27 years me there on RFM. With all the things I say on the radio, we still not get them in a problem.
Just like the Bible says, when the body is alive, it's a living soul. When the body dies, it's a dead soul. And this is important for the 20 million ex-slaves who are called Negroes, Christians, here in America to understand in this day and time. The book doesn't say that God gave you a soul that's going to leave here and go somewhere else after you die. The book lets you know when you've been taught, when your eyes have been opened by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you can go into that Bible and see for yourself that all of the soul, all of your life, all of your heaven, all of your reward is supposed to be gotten right here on this earth in this life if you understand. And no one among the so-called Negroes was wise enough to teach that to you and me until the Almighty God himself raised up the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and revealed this truth to him. And today, it is this truth that's being revealed to America's 20 million so-called Negroes that's sweeping through America like wildfire in the religion of Islam. It is for this reason that the black people of America today are coming out of the religious institutions that neglected us and rejected us and failed to recognize us in the past and are turning back to the religion of their forefathers, that age-old religion of Islam, the religion of Daniel, the religion of Moses, the religion of Lot, the religion of Noah, the religion of Jesus, and here in America today, the religion that God has given to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for America's 20 million so-called Negroes. Beloved brothers and sisters, you know yourself, if you're poor, they refer to you as a poor soul. If you're rich, they refer to you as a rich soul. If you're educated, they say you're an educated soul. If you're dumb, they call you a dumb soul. But the thing that you must realize that you yourself are soul. And it's true, yes, your soul goes to heaven. But your soul goes to heaven along with your body. And you've got to have it right now while you're alive right here on this earth in this life. And no one has ever taught this to the so-called Negroes of America but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And beloved brothers and sisters, if you think that this is wrong, turn to Job. Job, in the 7th chapter of Job and in the 7th verse, it says, "Oh, remember that my life is wind." You see that? Wind is breath. And it coincides with, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, with exactly what is said there in the beginning of Genesis, that after God formed man from the dust of the earth, he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, the breath of life. And that man became a living soul. As long as he breathed, he had life. But when he stopped breathing, he was a dead soul. And Job here in the 7th chapter and the 7th verse says, "Oh, remember, my life is wind." He bears witness that what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching. He goes on to say, mine eye shall no more see good. The eye of him that has seen me shall see me no more. Once he's dead, you won't see him anymore. Thine eyes are upon me, and I am not. And that's true. When a man is dead, you can look at him, and you're not looking at him. He's not there. That's his corpse. He doesn't have, if his name was John while he's alive, when he's dead, you don't even call him John anymore. No matter how much you love your wife, beloved brothers and sisters, when she dies, you call some strange man to come and get her. The undertaker. You don't care, you're not jealous, because you know that she's gone. There is nothing he can do to her, and there's nothing that she can do for you. This is just plain common sense, and this is what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, and it agrees with what Job said. Look what Job went on to say. As the cloud is consumed and vanishes away, so he that goes down to the grave shall come up no more. He shall return no more to his house, neither shall his place know him any more. And beloved brothers and sisters, you read the 14th chapter of Job in the 7th verse. I give you those chapters so you can read them for yourself. Read the 14th chapter of Job from the 7th verse on, and you'll see that what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching. Read in 1 Samuel. In the 1 Samuel in the 12th chapter, when David's son was sick, and David wept and prayed while his son was sick. But as soon as his son died, David stopped weeping and stopped praying. And when his servants asked him why, David answered and said in 1 Samuel, he answered and said, 12th chapter, that while the child was yet alive, I said, who knows, maybe God will be merciful and let the child live. But now the child is dead. Why should I fast? Why shall I pray? I can go to him, but he cannot return to me. And beloved brothers and sisters, even David knew that that child couldn't come back, and David also knew the only thing that happened is he would go where the child was, not up in the sky, but down in the ground. And beloved brothers and sisters, again we say that you must know this in order to do something for yourself here, and you must know this also to understand why the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching the so-called Negroes of America as he is. As long as our people think that something invisible inside of them is going to go up in the sky after they're dead and inherit some great reward, you and I will never get together and do anything in this life for ourselves. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching us here in America today that we've got to bring our minds out of the sky. We've got to stop thinking about three gods and dwell upon one God like Daniel did, and like Moses did, and like Noah and Lot did. Allah is one God. The Lord thy God is one God. And you and I should have no other gods before him. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that the name of this God is Allah. And if you don't think Allah is God, when you say your prayers from now on, turn to the east and call on Allah. And Allah will let you know that there's no God but Allah. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad here in America has been missioned by that God to bring you and me out of the condition that we're in. So beloved brothers and sisters, write to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad at Muhammad's Mosque at 5335 South Greenwood Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. Write to Muhammad's Mosque, 5335 South Greenwood Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. And meantime, this is Minister Malcolm X down here in the deep south, Atlanta, Georgia, with Minister Jeremiah, where we're substituting for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad on his program, Mr. Muhammad Speaks. Hoping to be back with you at this same time next week, we greet you in the language of our forefathers, the beautiful Arabic tongue. Salam alaikum. Right here on 116th Street and Lenox Avenue in the heart of Harlem. Substituting once again also for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And those of you who have been following these broadcasts, you know that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the spiritual head of millions of black Muslims here in the Western Hemisphere. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the religious teacher, a religious leader and teacher who has been raised up here in America by God himself for the express purpose of giving salvation to 20 million so-called Negroes. Right. These weekly broadcasts, or this broadcast, Mr. Muhammad Speaks, is the leading broadcast of spiritual and cultural enlightenment for 20 million so-called Negroes. These broadcasts are designed specifically by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to uplift America's 20 million so-called Negroes as a people. The program, Mr. Muhammad Speaks, is designed specifically to unite us as a people. It's designed to give us freedom, justice, and equality here in America as a people. And those of you who have been listening to these broadcasts who wish to send in criticisms of this program, as well as those of you who enjoy and appreciate the work that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is doing and would like to send in your financial contributions to this program, you may write to Muhammad's Mosque number 2, 5335 South Greenwood Avenue, Chicago 15, Illinois. I remind you now, those who want to send in criticisms, as well as those who would like to send in contributions, may send your criticisms and your contributions to Muhammad's Mosque number 2, 5335 South Greenwood Avenue, Chicago 15, Illinois. That's Muhammad is spelled capital M-U-H-A-M-M-A-D apostrophe S. Mosque is spelled capital M-O-S-Q-U-E. Muhammad's Mosque number 2, 5335 South Greenwood Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. Chicago 15, Illinois. We are honored this evening to have such a wonderful and intelligent-looking audience here at Muhammad's Mosque number 7 in New York City, and to show you what a good job and what a blessing it is to be a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Here we are in the heart of Harlem on Friday night, and out of this large audience, I don't think you'll find one person who is drunk. Where else in Harlem can you go on Friday night and not find any so-called Negroes in an audience and find an audience where there are no so-called Negroes who have been indulging in alcohol or wine or some other type of intoxicating beverage? This is the only audience right here at Muhammad's Mosque number 7 in Harlem tonight where you can go and not find anyone who has a knife in his pocket. This is the only audience where you can go in Harlem tonight and not find anyone who is sitting there getting ready to start some kind of trouble with his brother or with his sister. In fact, this is the one place in Harlem where we can say tonight, no one in here is an enemy to anyone else in here. Because by following the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we have become brothers one to another. Is that right or wrong? The reason we know that there's no one in here who has been drinking intoxicating beverages, and this cannot be said by any other audience in Harlem tonight, is because the regulations set up by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for us to follow at every mosque that belongs to Muhammad here in North